They have good space makers, right? For that Spectre, they have a really good quad aggressive heroes that they can look to make space for the Spectre. But is it going to be enough to stop Skeeter the monster on his Naga?
It's a good question. And the other thing to mention is that, okay, they won TI. Since TI, there was that patch. Wraith Pack, no longer a thing, and except for last game for some reason, but that's fine. And this time around, I feel like I mean, you take a look at the esportsbet.io, they're favoring them significantly more than they were at the start of the series, that's for sure. I think that the Spectre pick is the one to me that feels like it's an interesting pivot.
Yeah, I think they needed some type of answer to get to backline, right? They need to be able to find the Zeus, get that information, so I think that's kind of what they were just trying to look for. And yeah, they have good heroes to make space for it, so yeah, looking forward to see if they're going to be able to make it work. And I guess we're just going to start to see Ricky a lot more in the Europe region as well, too. I know in SEA it's riddled in like every single game, but yeah, I think we're just going to start seeing it even more. Because last game, Saksa was very annoying with the information that he was giving. And this is a game of information. Zeus, Naga, Ricky, they're going to scout out everything on the map to make space for the Skitter.
That being said, there is also on the other side the Broodmother and the big old Haunt that can come on out there and cause some problems. And it looks like it's going to be 3 for Tundra yet again. Skitter able to outclick Dibe down there on the bottom side.
Yeah, plays it nicely.
So interesting things to watch for here are going to be, of course, the laning setups, how it all works out. Lesh versus Zeus in the mid. 33 already gain a little bit of bullying from Mr. Kadaro here. And yeah, he can't really do that much.
No, you just have to play around now, perhaps trying to get some like lane pulling from Sox at some points. Once they start draining the mana of the Undying, then perhaps with like the gush and physical damage, maybe they'll be able to push this Undying. But that's going to take time, so Otaker should have a pretty free time up here on that Spectre.
And then, of course, down bottom, you see Snake King. Able to play another game on this Rubik of his, making space for his team, making sure he's intercepting those little rotations in, and actually drew a creep, it looks like, as well, on the bottom side of the map there.
Yeah, it turned around. It was chasing him at lost vision for a second. Yeah, I mean,
33?
33, dropping low.
Does he dive in? Kadaro? We thought about it. He thought about it.
Yeah, they're making this Tide's life miserable. Spectre free farm, but now the drag begins. Saksa pulling waves. This is how they're going to have to play this matchup. Undying, though, one of the better heroes to be able to just walk up behind the tower and contest those, especially versus that Undying. Or versus that Tide, sorry.
Yeah. You can see he tries to go for and gets a deny there. Yeah, very annoying type of hero to play against. You can see that the Spectre also having to deal with the pressure of that Ricky. Not nearly as frustrating to play against. But Kadaro pulls the creep wave through. Those couple of pesky creeps, and it looks like they're going to take another round of it with the Ricky. Some tips going on mid. Just always the little...
Supreme, I mean, he's getting hit right now.
Oh, looks for the stun, does connect.
Bottle, he puts the branch to try to block the vision.
Hides out of there and gets away. Oh my god, dude.
Does mean Nine's going to get the bottom rune. Supreme, he's sneak his way toward top. His bottle isn't quite yet to him. Nine, he pushed him away, so 9 should be able to fill again. Nicely played there from 9. I did not actually see what was happening while they were tipping. Probably just like a missed stun or something, and then 9 got aggressive because of it, but I caught the tail end of it. Yeah, Spectre should be free farming. That being said, though, so should Skitter. So both of these cores are going to have free time. There's also Immersion.
King pulls him back in. Skitter hits him down.
Oh my god.
17 HP. He's going to have to head back home.
Yeah, that was close. Yeah, free farm Naga versus free farm Spectre, and then we're going to have 2 big spellcasters in that mid lane duking it out.
33 getting pushed back a little bit there, too. Immersion playing on a different hero. It seems like, you know, obviously a lot of emphasis being put onto him banning out his heroes in the draft. Ends up on the Snapfire, which is another one of those heroes that can be pretty high impact in these games.
Yeah, I like this. We used to see Liquid run this lane when they played Koikfa, actually, when they would run the Brood plus this Snapfire. It's a really strong duo, these two together. A lot of pressure that they can bring on. That being said, there's a Rubik in the game, so snaking will always have some pretty good options to steal versus Snapfire. Everything that you can get is amazing. Except for Little Shudders even has its uses in this game because it's versus Undying. So literally every spell could be amazing for snaking.
Yeah. How it keeps on happening.
Yeah, that's why I think Rubik is the most picked now, right? Because Lina is getting banned out so much that I'm pretty sure Rubik's in like 95% of games or something like that.
Is Kadaro going to try and deny himself here? I'm not sure what's going on exactly, but the long walk heading through the river and everywhere else, this is leading off to a 1 versus 1 up top side.
This is excellent here for the side of Tundra. Zoning away the Undying gives that Tidehunter actual position to play into the lane versus the Spectre. Sun?
Supreme not able to connect onto it, so he will get that water rune.
And Saksa is able to protect the top rune as well. So 9, he's going to get both water runes again.
Man, this really hurts for Into the Breach's mid.
Little moves, yeah, little moves from Saksa, right? Pushing out Undying, gives Ties the lane, then he also checks the rune. I think they're going to probably have to fill the bottle of Supreme mid from that Undying.
Heading on in there. And that, again, gives you more opportunities to have a 1v1 up top for the Tidehunter.
Yeah, the Dream for 33. So he'll be off to a good start now. He'll recover nicely, and yeah, his game is important, of course, as Panel mentioned, getting that pipe at some point to be able to protect the Naga.
9. Keeps the pressure on, glyphs the creep, tries to chase in on this. Won't be able to go for the kill, but zones him out of XP range for those other creeps that are in mid.
He's playing this matchup really nicely.
Yeah. Picture perfect stuff coming out from the Zeus. And in terms of, like, they're relatively even for CS, but it's going to be those levels a slight advantage as Supreme's going to have to come back to lane. Immersion, only level 2 on the Snapfire, being pushed back by the Naga Siren Illusions. Super annoying playing against him.
Yeah, he actually does not really have much regen at all, so it's constant aggression from Fadebolt. Also, now we're going to have to start looking, right? Zeus soon 6, so this spam that they keep throwing onto Immersion, at some point soon, it's going to end up being that kill they can set up for 9 to just blast down. Might have to bring some raindrops soon, too. They try to protect themselves. So already a 1k lead here for Tundra off of these lanes. Saw that Into the Breach was able to do really well in that first game because they had all 3 lanes go well. Not going to be the case again.
No, they're going to have to beat him straight up if they want to do that.
We have stacks coming out, so not yet. All right. So Immersion, that's probably the next goal that he wants to do besides checking Rune. Get some stacks prepared for his Spectre, because that's the way that we do see Skeeter and Tundra usually plays it, the Blade Mail build on the Spectre to farm stacks. So eventually we'd like to see him go over there, but we'll protect the Rune. Supreme gets himself a DD.
A little lucky with the spawn there. They were covering the top one too. A root down on the bottom side of the map. Zibe taking a lot of damage there, and the lift pulls him back in.
Zeus ult in a second. He's got trouble. Mana. If he pops the stick, he should have mana, but they won't even need it.
Wow, saving that. And that means they can save it for when he comes back a second time. That is big. Wow, okay.
I can't believe how he gets the hit. How did he get the vision over there? It's actually crazy how he's able to get that last auto attack.
Immersion is just super poor right now in terms of levels and everything else.
Yeah, their 2 supports are going to have a really slow start in this game. And it feels like it is definitely scary when you're seeing Skeeter have this type of start.
Granted, you know, Spectre having an okay time too, but it feels like it's going to need to be Supreme finding one of those kill runes and maybe trying to make a rotation, because he is the big answer for Naga Siren. This is why you pick this hero.
Until they itemize, of course. The Mage Slayer plus pipe and stuff like that. So he's making his move top. Saksa trying to distance himself.
Has the ulti ready to go. The slowdown's there. Tombstone to follow. Saksa going to drop. Taker, the one that picks up that kill.
Not a kill on a core, but a kill nonetheless to make that rotation successful. And he does have his boots finished up now, too.
9 made the move on in there. And Kadaro? Pump faking Ravage too.
He's trying, yeah, they're like playing around this Tombstone last hit.
Oh my god, he couldn't do it. His model was too big. Oh, fat old Tide.
I love it.
Well, 8 minutes in and 33 super happy with his start. My goodness.
Yeah, especially in that lane. And now the Spectre, the Hunt comes out.
Chasing. Taker chasing down 9, seeing if he can get him. Instead, it's just another kill on Saksa.
I think the jump again did the cast time slow, so he couldn't actually get the dagger. They may have been able to get the Zeus if he gets it onto him, but quick play there from 9.
This Zeus hero's definitely looking good. Very impressed with it so far.
Yeah, even into gap close the last game, right? He was playing into like the Earth Spirit and early Tiny Blink, and he had a near flawless game. So yeah, looking pretty nice. As 33. Almost top of net worth as this Tidehunter, who was laning versus the Undying. That's a excellent recovery for him.
Right. of course, set up by Soxa on that Mirana, trying to pull him around the map. Taker going to farm up this medium camp, just pops the blade mail and is going to go to work on it.
Yeah, time for him to just jungle. He's pushed out at top. They're going to try to maximize. And I did see Immersion is starting to get some stacks going. Not an ancient stack, but has a double hard camp at the least. So that's going to be set up for the Spectre.
Playing some catch up there. Zibe hits level 6. The spam is going to start to come out from Immersion.
They're going to just maybe send...
Immersion.
They can perhaps send the Tidehunter down here. Immersion continues to just be sitting low, always at risk of being wrathed.
Yeah, can't kill off these illusions easily. But the Fade Bolt onto the Spiders, Zibe hunting, chasing, and now trying to catch the next wave while Kadaro drops super low, has Tombstone ready, but not wanting to drop it.
Already that hood finished up, so compartment, or piece number 1 of that strategy that Tundra is trying to form is so much damage.
Yeah, he is going to drop the Tombstone, try and run away. Kadaro in trouble. But, right. Looks like 33 is going to be okay there. Snake King gets wrapped on. The cookie forward and then the bring down. So they managed to kill off the Rubik and now going to take the tower.
Okay, so 33 getting a little over aggressive there up top. Actually kind of, I mean, if he's the one who wants to come down and defend, he's the one who can versus Brood. They end up not being able to because of that slight over aggression, and they do lose bottom tower and lose the Snake King. So nicely done there from Into the Breach. Making sure they get that first tower of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you can still see that all the core is very close to each other as Kadaro still trying to live down here and is just going to get run down by 33. Does he have a way out? Jukes back the other direction and gets a little bit of separation. But, you know, all the cores within about 600 gold or so of each other.
Yeah, really close start here on this game. Kadaro. If he now next time he steps up, if he eats a gush into an anchor smash, then the Zeus will probably come. So to be a little careful. Does have range drop to protect himself, but 33 looks like he didn't want to react to bottom at all. Looks like he just wants to set up his own tower push.
Yeah.
So
speaking of, Supreme is mid. 9 shows up to try and put the brakes on the pressure.
Can they actually look for this Nagasar? Nice micro there from Jibe, if you saw. He blocked 2 camps with the Spiders, slowing down the farm of the Nagasar. Blocks the medium and the hard camp where Soxa is right now. That's top will drop.
And Skitter's bottom. Don't know if they feel confident really going at that Naga Siren underneath that tower. But they are kind of making Skitter's life a little bit annoyed right now. He can't be free to just farm out that bottom jungle.
Yeah, especially if it's going to constantly get blocked. I'm going to keep eyes on Jibe's micro with his Spiders, because I think multiple times now I've seen him block camps. And yeah, if he goes in the lane on Skeeter, that's where it's a little scary, because it is a level 6 on Immersion. They could just haunt in, throw the kisses, and perhaps set up onto Skeeter.
Yeah, we're going to have to watch for that, where they decide to go with Immersion.
Look at the Spider micro. So watch Jibe here if you see them kind of moving out. So it looks like he's going to try to block camps again.
There is that medium and the hard camp that he's going to be able to find both of.
Yeah, really nicely done. So Skeeter's going to walk over, pop his illusions, and be like, what? Yeah. There's nothing to farm. So and nicely done.
Runs on into him. Tries to get some extra damage in there, but won't be able to go for any more. And only 1 camp for Skeeter to farm.
Yeah, this is really, really well played from Jibe. I love seeing... I don't love seeing Broodmother, but I love seeing good micro from Broodmother. So, good plays.
That's fair. See if he can kill these Spiders, though. That would be a nice little win. He's actually getting some amount of them down. Smoke up.
They want to take him out.
Yeah, I probably got the call from Skitter that this is what he's doing and going to try and hunt him.
Seems to be a bit prepared for it. Can they actually find him? Spiders come out. 33 says, I don't even care about killing him. I want Spiders.
Yeah. And the Brood is away. Looks like 33 is now going to inhabit this area while Skeeter heads on into the triangle. Over by his Ancients is going to get another stack on him there.
Yeah, both sides starting to get those stacks going. This is going to be a much slower paced game, it feels like. That Spectre versus Naga Siren. Triple stack on Ancients for the side of Tundra, while 2 double stacks. Actually, triple stack Ancient also on the side of Into the Breach, so yeah, lots of stacks.
And for Zeus, I'm wondering if he kind of wants to, at some point, play around with the rest of his team just popping that Thunder God's Wrath, or also if he decides to go in for the Aghanim Scepter again. Which way he wants to go. Soxa gets the Courier back behind the tower. And
game of efficiency as... Oh!
Immersion. finds him. Whoop.
Little juke.
Jumps out of there.
And he'll be all right. Okay, it's courier hunting duty for Saksa. He might be able to find some more as they are coming out. Can't quite get this one. But he's close to Shard. He's gonna be able to have the gold pretty much at the exact moment that 15-minute marks happen. So feels like that's gonna unlock potential for Tundra to get a little bit more aggressive with their lineup. Courier, he finds another. Oh, this is annoying.
Yeah, it is. Incredibly annoying.
Might have to start carrying a dust perhaps on one of these cores to be able to just catch this pesky Ricky.
And soaking experience the whole time. See if he tries to go for a last hit here on one of these big creeps.
Oh, he tried. He wanted to, but I think Spectre was inside of it.
Yeah. You also see at the same time Supreme finishing off a quad stack of Ancients here.
Bloodstone.
Huge amount of gold coming in for him.
Yeah, not saving it for the Spectre, though. So just wanting to enable the Lesh a little bit more, which can make sense versus Naga. Does want to have him have that great start. And we do see now 33 doing the tech. Oh, see, wait for a second before we look at him. No aggression coming out. 33 has Hood locked, ready for the fight, so he can unlock, build into that pipe, and then pop it again afterwards, too. So very survivable on this side. Slow-paced game, 3-1 at 15 minutes. After we had that Liquid game where it was 26 kills at like 10-minute mark, this is quite a bit slower.
Yeah, and much more it feels like trying to both teams prep for that late game.
Yeah, both teams prep for economy war, right? Jibbe blocking camps with spiders, Saksa just sniping couriers. It's really just an eco game. Taking.
He's going to be found here, cooking in, and they blow him up rather rapidly, immediately on to 9.
Got the dagger, and they collapse.
Got vision, the rest of the team moving into position. They have 33 right behind.
They're taking out mid tower, the edict behind the tree line.
And you can see that he pops the hood now on that Tidehunter. So sort of prepping for this fight now as he's constructed the pipe.
They want to slow down this tower push. You can see into the breach trying to get more aggressive, but Saksa, he's got the dart.
Sleep, Cookie jumps away. They're fine. 33 tries to back out of there now, and the kisses from downtown. Saksa backs out, so too does Skitter. They get the Hex out, the Pigpole to try and escape. And it looks like they're going to find Zibbe and get control for the kill.
Ooh, steps up a bit too far.
Gets punished pretty hard there.
Harder for Into the Breach to get that kind of catch. They have to really commit if they want to go for a full kill, because they don't have something like a lift and a reposition. They have to cookie someone very aggressively to go for a kill. So Tundra, react nicely, keep the tower alive, and start to build this network lead.
Quick and easy pick off there onto the Brood. Yeah. And now are they going to try and pressure the tower? I mean, with no Tombstone, you can get some damage in at the very least.
Supreme a little low on the mana. It does, of course, have Bloodstone and Stick and Bottle, so it should be okay. Can they stop 33?
Saksa, they have vision of him, immediately breaks it, and now the run forward. Supreme going to already pop Bloodstone and gets away. The dagger coming through to finish him off. While Naga is just farming out the whole rest of the map. So they're keeping these heroes stuck mid on into the breach while Skitter just farms freely.
This is the Tundra specialty. Sure, it's 2 to 5, but they're out efficiency. They're doing the efficiency game. They're just out efficiencying that side of Into the Breach. And now they find the kill. I think that's the first Thunder God's Wrath we've seen. Gets him a kill, and now they're going to maybe be able to finish this tower. I mean, Tomb is back up.
This is what feels so frustrating to play against in this team, is that if you try and go and shut down the Naga, that means that you are going to lose this tower. And Supreme moves in, finds the stun, stolen now from Stay King.
It's a big one.
How much damage can they do? He's already hurting. No more Bloodstone. Lift back, getting closer. But they won't go for any more.
Not wanting to fully commit there. 33 was looking like he was tempted to go for that Blink Ravage, but very patient as well.
So one thing that did happen while all this was going down in the original dive that went for Zeus, they got a pretty good ward on Into the Breach. It looks like this tier 1 tower is going to go down now. Hard to come and fight this. But that ward that's over in the Radiant Triangle could end up turning into something later.
Yeah.
Jump in.
That's it, stun. That stolen stun.
Finds him. Gets the kill.
This is like the best steal it feels like that Snake King could have gone. Sure, yeah, you can argue for Mortimer kisses and stuff like that in like the midst of a big team fight, but for pickoffs and the way that Tundra wants to play, this is the most ideal grab that he can get, because then he can set up with that Ricky constantly, and now they can be the ones to dictate pace. Lead already starting to grow quite quickly. Skeeter 2,400 ahead of his counterpart.
Yeah, and, you know, obviously Otaker can farm up, gets the levels, he's getting close to an Aghanim Scepter, but, you know, they're just not going to be able to farm as quickly as that Naga Siren.
No, they have to farm through kills, right? The Spectre has to farm through using that Ag's jump onto heroes rather than farming creeps. Naga Siren always going to be able to win out on that front.
Soxa's Sleeping Dart ready to go.
They're hunting.
I mean, this is Danger Town. They have Ravage still. They've kept it this whole time. Taker runs into Soxa. They pop the Blade Mail to run away.
Plays it super careful.
Knows that that could be the death of him behind the tower even.
But yeah, the farm, you know, this Naga Siren, sure, as we've said, you know, there's that Lesh to counteract him, but they've already started to get everything prepared. He's got the Orchid finished, probably going to be going for that Mage Slayer, or the Mage Slayer Bloodthorn build that we see Skeeter do so often. So, yeah, the answers are definitely there to protect him. We're into the breach. It feels like they have to try to force something, but limited team fight and into a massive amount of team fight with the Tide just constantly holding Ravage. They can't commit into anything.
No, you lose one fight and suddenly your entire map is going to be closed down too.
Exactly. They have to just be so careful how they do take these fights. They have to. It feels like they can't make too many mistakes in this game or it's just going to be completely over.
Dude, and the value of the Dragon Scale, just punching away constantly.
It's a whole tier 2. They're the ones to get the tier 2 before Jib is actually able to. This is problematic. Into the breach. I have to start making some adjustments.
Yeah, it feels just so difficult. Snake King scouting around this area. They do have Tidehunter right up front and center. They find him and try to turn. Does have a regen ready to go now on Supreme. So this feels like it's a window where Into the Breach have to get something done. I mean, I understand they're waiting for that Aghanim Scepter to be completed. Taker is so close.
They're going to have to hit and hit hard when he has it finished. They have to try to find this Zeus, try to find one of those big cores, because, yeah, you can see that win probability. It's really starting to feel just so much in Tundra's favor with the way they're just out-economying. I'm just going to say out-ecoing, because I don't like that other word. It just sounds bad.
I love it.
Yeah. So, yeah, Ags is done. It feels like, yeah, gotta find something. Gotta try to look to shut down the map a little bit, because, yeah, just getting incredibly out-farmed.
They have the pipe done now, too, on the Brood. I mean, this is their window to fight. Tundra... We'll see if they decide to give them the engagement. They're smoked up like they want to go for it too. Down bottom, a lot of spiders running towards 9. Zibe sort of nearby that area too.
They're forcing reaction, right? They push mid, force 2 or 3 into the breach heroes back. They see the push bottom, they go back to farm. Well, Skeeter just takes the entire jungle of the side of Into the Breach. So, yeah, continuing to just play really smart, really clean Dota. The macro game is on point.
It feels like if right now Into the Breach ran like all their heroes bot, even if they kill all of them, it almost wouldn't matter for Tundra.
Yeah,
and they might, Skeeter's farming.
Yeah, and they might just not even be able to do so because this Tide is always in the right place. And 33, he's pretty unkillable, it feels like, with this build.
Oh, it's a big old bash on him.
Yeah, here's that smoke. What's the big item that they got? So it's BKB on Supreme as well, as that Ags comes out on Spectre. Let's see what they find.
Pipe, BKB, Aghanims, all things that they need. Have Snapfire Kisses ready to go. It has to be more than this, though. Sox is going to go down. Do they try and take an objective off of this? It feels like they need to get something on Into the Breach.
They can't, though, with the build. It's not a Manta Spectre, so it's not like they can just waltz into a Roche and use that Desolate damage. He's gone for the fighting build, so...
God, 33's going for a Radiance. Okay.
No, he's not. That was
okay.
Yeah, that was the Spectre versus the Naga. I thought I saw the same thing for a second, too. Nah, he's doing his usual. His Hex afterwards.
Jumps in, jumps out, jumps back in, trying to find Snake King. And won't be able to chase anymore.
They're playing so annoying, right? This is the Tundra special. It's just
the
only person that you might kill is a support, and of course he's free farming.
So Spectre heads back home to regen mana, and you would imagine this is going to be the point where they try and go for a haunt play.
It's just hard. The lanes just keep getting shoved in. Right? Top is constantly being pushed all the way into their tower. Mid's being shoved in and cut from Skitter. Bottom, again, 33 and snaking, start that push going. So it's tough for them to find this opportunity.
Well, there they go. Haunt tries to find Soxa, not going to be able to do so.
Oh, and that's a Haunt. That's not even a Shadow Step. So that's quite a commitment, and they find nothing.
Maybe some amount of frustration coming out from Into the Breach here.
Starting to feel like it is. Yeah, 9. He's now got Ags done too, so... Oh, they're even taking away stacks.
Wow. Yeah, that is gotta be frustrating. 33, they need to be able to punish this here.
I think just commit, like, just get him out of here, right? Just commit so much onto him. Yeah, they should just get him here.
Oh my god, 33, he tries to get out of there. It was almost enough, but Snaking, he too will be punished. It was a lot used, but they get the kills.
It's a great move. Can they turn it into more? A little over-aggressive, a little over-confident there from Tundra to finally get punished for it. But again, look at the lanes.
Oh,
Skitter cutting mid, taking top, and they're already starting to ping Roche. They're like, yeah, sure, Tide died, but now you guys committed Kisses, you committed Haunt. So for Tundra, it looks like they're just going to waltz into the pit now.
Skitter has a heart completed.
Has a heart. Oh boy.
Now they drop down the Nimbus.
Really starting to feel like they're running out of damage for this Naga Siren very quickly, even though they have this Lesh.
To the Breach. They are not in position yet to come and fight this. And Roche, it's dying. It's not completely all the way dead, though, as Supreme gets closer and closer. They're going to drop the Ricky Cloud down, showing themselves for just a moment there. They know that Roche is going. Immersion, do they have any way to stop this? The Sleeping Dart, it's right on top of them. Now the Shadows step in. They get the lift off. Could go for the reality, but he doesn't have a way in. And the Naga song immediately pops off. Oh, God, that one and the freebie.
And they're just going to waltz away. Nothing lost there for Tundra. Sure, a song used, but kept everything. Just holding on to Ravage forever. Never allowing Into the Breach to walk into these fights. This is painful to watch. Into the Breach is trying their hardest to find any opportunities, but Tundra with a well-prepared plan.
I mean, yeah, they have very much done this before. And you can see the Blink Dagger picked up now for Leshrac. They're keeping it somewhat close in terms of net worth. It's got to be said, Into the Breach doing a good job of, you know, keeping this one not a complete and total blowout yet. But will that be able to continue? The Orchid is out. Well, Immersion there with the Force Staff to keep him away. Maybe deciding to go. They turn now, find the Nimbus, bring that one down. Sleeping Dart onto Undying, lift away Immersion, tries to escape, but the Ravage is going to connect onto all but Supreme. He's shown up, finds Soxa.
33, it's gone too far.
And no more Ravage. So Into the Breach, they find a moment here to go for the kill. Otaker, oh, he gets brought down by 9.
He committed really far into the fight trying to get on the Zeus, but his team is totally separated from him.
Gets punished hard, and the kill on 33 no longer feels as good for Into the Breach.
No, it doesn't feel like it's anything. 33's like, good, I'm the offlaner, that's perfect. The Skitter, he's got the Mage Slayer now, Bloodthorn's coming out. Yeah, this is, like we said, Tundra specialty. This is their bread and butter, and they're doing exactly how it looked at TI. Even if they were behind in kills, even if it looked like the other team had some type of ways to answer it, Skitter just all the way at the top of the net worth controlling the map.
So the question that I have for this is, when you get this Radiance on Spectre, when Lesh, you know, has this ability to jump into the fray and take the fights, do you think that it's sort of been enough changes in the game that they can deal with the Naga Siren illusions, or do you think it's still going to be too much? 9 almost goes down there.
It feels like it's going to be too little too late, right?
Okay.
Just with the way that how farmed he is, it's getting to the point where he's going to maybe double up the Spectre, so it feels like it's just not going to be enough. This Lesh is not going to be able to survive long enough to be able to burn down and whittle down these illusions. Yeah, he's just so farmed.
That Bloodthorn does so much damage.
Yeah, and reduces so much as well too, of course.
Well, we'll see how this next couple of minutes go here, but Argent again gets caught by that Sleeping Dart, and 33 continues to beat down on these tier 2 towers.
I wish we could get a damage of dragon scale on towers little thing, right? Because it's probably so high. That's like the 3rd tower that I see him just whittling down because of it.
Stuck in their base, creeps, pushed in. Another Shadow Step to get back into the base here for Otaker. Do they decide to go onto him?
They're setting up for him.
A lot of heroes right nearby. Kadaro not close enough for the save. Is it going to be enough? No. Zeus finishes him off.
And it's not even a huge commitment or anything. Sure, it's the Thunder God's Wrath, but it's just a little mini stun from the Tendrils.
I mean, it goes to show how strong you can be when you just all in that Spectre there. even with the Blade Mail going, basically.
Yeah, the Bloodthorn just allows him to get shredded.
Well, evasion from that Radiance will eventually... I mean, that won't even help, actually.
Nope, the Bloodthorn just makes it not exist.
Never mind.
Yeah, he's trying to itemize to be able to scale versus the Naga, but yeah, they're falling further and further and further behind. And yeah, it's already up to a 91% win probability. Tundra executing it at their finest.
Has Ravage back up again.
And soon a Hex too, so they can keep doing those type of just pickoffs. If anyone shows, they just get that chain control. So they're smoked up into the breach. Really want to try to hit hard here.
Skitter, it's the perfect one if they can find him.
Still got Aegis.
Yeah, it's really tough.
Let's see if they can get him.
Sleeping Dart, and then they're away. Haunt trying to chase right onto 9. The kisses from downtown, doing some damage, but really it's just tickling. And
that's Haunt and Kisses used for nothing.
You can feel the desperation from Into the Breach to try and find something to go their direction, and it just is not happening.
Oh, Tundra, too well prepared.
Done this more than a few times.
Yeah, look at the map again, too. It's the top illusions being sent, mid pushed in already, bottom being pushed in, so yeah, they're getting stuck in their base now at this point.
14,000 net worth lead. And 33 with his Dragon Scale.
Yep, here we go. Tower being brought down again. And yeah, just Skitter with this farm. He is now, he's pretty much 2 of those cores. He's pretty much Brood Inspector's net worth.
Combo together. 30 minutes in, and they have not built up the lead they needed on Into the Breach. Took the 2 towers, both mid and bottom, but haven't been able to get anything going since. And Tundra putting the stranglehold on him.
Yep. Can't get outside your base. Every lane pushed in.
Kaya completed for the Lesh. And trying to get into that Sange next. I mean, the real problem, it feels like, is that there just isn't that way to force the fight that they want. And Tundra continue to back away as soon as there is any moment where a fight might break out.
Yeah. Tundra has the way to hit hard, right? They have just like the Ravage and all these committed spells that they can just blow up a target on it, and while Into the Breach, they have to commit massive spells, and we're just seeing them not be able to catch heroes because it's, yeah, they just walk away from it. The Kiss is the Haunt. Yeah, 16th. I just see it's growing by the second.
Every minute.
There's the Hex.
Try to go onto him. Literally walking away.
And the whole team coming to join him, so they can't push forward now that he gets back into the jungle. And now Skitter.
Oh, Supreme is rooted for a moment. 4 staff away. Now Immersion is in some trouble. Sleeping Dart and the Silence. And it hurts. It hurts.
And in the meanwhile, look at all the lanes again. Everything just pushed in onto their side. Yeah, just completely trapped with the way that Tundra's playing this game.
And they are about to have the Radiance completed, but can't really even get on the map to get it. And, well, Zibe, he's in trouble. Gets caught by the Tendrils. Does have that Lotus Orb, trying to survive. Oh my god, even the slow coming in from the Zeus. They get the Silence, so another kill. Constantly caught.
Anyone who steps outside is just dead. Otaker, look at him go. He haunts, or he is smoked up to go to the enemy side to pick up and finish that Radiance. Oh, and you might find a courier. There we go.
Supreme gets Hex. Still looking okay for now. Trying to turn onto this one, and looks like he's going to be able to.
Okay.
Now, Haunt is available. Otaker just trying to get some farm for himself now that he's out on the other side of the map.
It's so far behind his counterpart.
Yeah.
12,000 behind Skitter, who now has a fresh BKB. Wasn't going to die before, now definitely feels like he's just unkillable.
They come on back to lane for Otaker.
Whoops. He did the thing where you TP and the neutral item drops. There's a quiver up at that Ancients.
Oh, no.
Oh, well. It's gone. Other side, sorry.
Smoke out. And guess who's there to break it?
Yep.
Saksa.
Every single time. These supports, so pesky.
Oh, man. It's got to be so frustrating to play against Tundra. Look at this Naga Siren Illusion just running through their base. Oh.
Yeah, they've literally only, again, it's the same thing as like the last game. They've pretty much only killed supports. They've killed 33 twice, but 7 of the kills have just been on the supports, and these kills don't even feel like it matters. It's, yeah, Tundra, just the way that they play the map when they have this type of strategy.
Just need to get rid of Naga. This is the one hero that they are definitely not going to kill.
Skitter just too good at this hero. The way that they play around it too. 20,000 gold lead. It just continues to
with even kill score.
Yeah, continues to just grow immensely.
And then when you're also playing together with 9 on this Zeus, you know, he can play on the other side of the map, just drop a Nimbus Thunder Gods.
Yep. Uh-oh. Hidaro.
Be careful, buddy. Although, they find Saksa, tries to get away, stun onto Skitter. Got him under control for a moment, pops that ulti. Can he get out? Well, they're good at walking away. They're going to try and do it again here.
They get a catch onto him. They're trying to push the Leshen.
Cookie, chase, Otaker finds 9. Some pretty good damage out there with the kisses coming from on high. They connect onto him, get onto Snake King, slowing down Skitter. They're finding these kills. 3 already dead. Skitter is completely alone, does have BKB TP, so he's trying to buy some extra time here, and there's no way to break that one. But Roche gonna respawn in 3 seconds.
Oh, this could be a decent option for them to be able to try to come back. That's like the most, this was the most like perfect situation that they have. They get the Lesh on top of the Naga, and then they get the Lesh on top of that Zeus, finally able to find themselves something back into this game, but they need it to happen a couple more times.
And they also need to know that Roche is up.
Yeah.
Immersion, he's gonna go check it now, but I think it's gonna come a little bit too late.
20 seconds already till that Zeus is going to be respawning. And they still have Ravage is the scary thing, too, if you do commit.
It feels like they have to go for this, though. You need to find something. Skitter right on top of Zibe.
I honestly think they kind of have to go for this, but it feels super risky anyway.
Supreme moving on into it, too. They've already dropped down the Tombstone. Song 6 seconds away. Zibe trying to buy some time. The Hex is there, and they're going to kill off their Spider. Although, no, the jump in. All right, a turn with Radiant. Skitter, he has Song again. The connection there finds Saksa down low.
It saves him.
And this might enable Roche, actually. So the rest back away and into the breach, going to head back into the pit. I mean, it's a 19,000 gold lead, but
it's still scary. There's still Ravage.
Yeah, it's really hard. They walk on in. They see that Roche is somewhat low. Ravage ready. Do they have BKB on Lesh?
He still has it, yeah. He held on to it this whole time. So for Supreme, he's got to be able to somehow get into these backlines, get on the Zeus.
Tinker, they get the sleep. Will get the Hex off. Force Staff keeping him away. Jump in, wants to find this fight. Otaker doing some good damage. Finds Snake King, that's a kill.
Otaker though.
And he turned it around. The Ravage there connects onto everybody. Sleeping Dart but Supreme. He gets the turn. The BKB with the Bloodstone trying to take down 33 here. It's enough. Now Spectre low but not dead. Zibe chasing, wants to run down Skitter. But they back out and now go to finish off Roshan.
They get a gem too, and that was the most ideal Ravage. It felt like it catches them all pre-BKB.
Wait, 33's back.
33 buys back.
They try and take this down. Oh, Song of the Siren back up, 7 seconds away. Can they do it in time? The stun connects. Zibe backs away, but Otaker, he gets the Aegis, and Supreme still living through this. He has to get away. Does not have that BKB, and he gets shredded. Taker still in trouble. He's broken by Skitter. And Zibe there with the slowdown. The song comes back up. Again, they have it ready. Tendrils of the Deep. They're trying to line it up right there. But the buyback from Supreme, and that's enough to force Tundra back.
Can they get a kill out of this with the buyback? It doesn't look like they can. They get the Aegis, though, and they keep it alive for the next few moments for Otaker.
I mean, here's
pretty
the
good
thing.
when you're 20k behind.
Right, like it's still Naga at 31,000 net worth, but you can see there's like a glimmer of a hope there as these items start to stack up.
If they can just get onto the targets, if they get onto this Zeus, if they get onto the Naga Siren, then perhaps they can still maybe have a chance in this one. It's still a very uphill battle, but showing signs of life, even at this deficit.
And I think a big thing is the ability to blow up these supports, you know? You have that factor of the Naga Siren sucking up all that net worth, and in a lot of ways, they don't have those defensive items that they fully need. Like Snake King, yeah, he's got Force Staff, Ethereal Blade, or not Ethereal Blade, Ghost Scepter. But you can still get bursted by Supreme.
Yeah, you still get bursted by Supreme. The Radiance is going to always be effective versus the Ghost Scepter too, so pretty good all things considered. And yeah, 18,000 gold lead, but if you look, 13,000 of that, advantage gold lead is all on that Naga Siren. So if you just kind of remove his, it's like 5,000 for the other ones if you want to think about it like that. But yeah, pretty good so far from Into the Breach. Even at this deficit, they're keeping it close. Did not expect that after the start that we've had from Tundra.
Well, again, constriction factor feels like it's going to come into play a little bit here. They keep on throwing out these shadow steps. Haunt's back up again now. Yeah,
and they have the Manta now also on the Spectre, so he could effectively just explode these supports because of it. If they get an initial stun onto them, he will just kill them.
Saksa breaks the smoke. The Haunt comes out and trying to chase. Who do they find? Supreme. Eyes on him. Skitter's there, trying to get away. Now, they do not have 33 with them, so they're all just going to TP out of there.
They're hesitant versus that Aegis. Looks like Tundra just wants to control the map, wait for 2 minutes before they look for that next big fight, because the one big thing is that Supreme does not have buyback. So if they can ever get on top of Supreme and kill him, that's going to make the game very difficult for Into the Breach, because he's been that big answer, of course, versus that Zeus and the Naga Siren, it feels like.
Yeah, 5 minutes left on his. They also bought back on the Broodmother and the Snapfire.
Yep.
And of course, for Tundra, it was 33. But still keeping this net worth lead at 18,000 gold.
Skeeter soon to have another item finished up, but soon to be running out of slots as well.
Yeah, the sort of marginal value of each additional item on that Naga is going to keep going down. You look at the other heroes for Into the Breach, you start thinking about what they're going to get. Start feeling a lot better.
But what did they find? So neutral items, 9. He finds one of the best. Of course, my favorite neutral item in the game. Timeless Relic on the Zeus. 33 has a Havoc Hammer. And they're going to jump in. They found Immersion.
That's a big one. They can get him. But Greaves, Pipe, he still goes down.
80 seconds, no snap.
Kadaro already dropped the tombstone. Supreme blinks in.
He's on 9.
He finds him. The lift to pull him away, though. And Otaker trying to chase down and get this Zeus. 9 still under threat. They steal reality, so turns that one back onto him. Snake King, run through. Otaker taking a lot of damage. The sleep is there onto this Leshrac, keeping him under control. And, well, Skitter now turning onto him. Supreme has to be really careful here. He's going to get ran down. BKB, he waited that entire time for it.
33 pump faked his Ravage there, so forces the BKB. And now Supreme.
Oh, blink away.
Uh-oh.
Wants to get out, but the Sleeping Dart is there. They buy back on the Undying. Taker turns, ready to fight Zibe, playing around in the trees. But the lift and the pull, and eventually the Broodmother's gonna die.
They completely ignore the Spectre. Taker's like, please hit me, let me hit somebody, but they force staff reset away from him. He's trying to force anything, but they don't let him. And now Zibe, 90 seconds dead. Still having Ravage available too. The BKB was used for Supreme. He has to be so careful how he positions himself.
33 is gonna be a monster here.
Yep.
Hunting. You jump onto him, it's going to be so much control. And, well, they see him right away. But get one blast. Try and take down Skitter here. Sleep. Burning through that mana pool. Rooted. Lotus. Turns. Stuns. Connects. Good damage. The kisses. Skitter in very deep. Can he get out of there in time? The BKB's already been used. Kadaro chasing. They've got him right on top of him, but the turn, oh, the damage! He's dropping down and the Ravage to kill! With Otaker going to fall, 33 waited for the perfect moment, and they protected their carry.
I think Aegis times out immediately right as they go in too.
And they're gonna have to buy back now, trying to blow up one. They find him, the Hex is there though. And Skitter, okay, gets stunned again with the Blade Mail out. Is it going to be enough damage? Snaking trying to keep his carry alive and, well, puts a little song on as they are going to head out of there.
The amount of times that I'm seeing this Rubik Shard just save the day in so many games. Get Skeeter out of a dangerous position, and now they have a huge advantage again. Well, they've had a pretty big advantage, but taking a really big team fight there. Kiting around the Aegis, making it look like it was non-existent, and then, yeah, Aegis times out as they get the Ravage connection onto the Lesh, too. Couldn't have asked for a better one there for Tundra.
There's, some amount of levels being gained by Into the Breach, but the steady flow of gold into that favor of Tundra is feeling like it's making the difference here. And, of course, the inability to commit in on the fight and really take the full control.
Yeah, unable to kill these pesky carries. Well, the carry being like the Zeus and the Naga Siren. Look at Zeus now. One of the first times, well, not one of the first, but one of the few times you'll see a BKB purchased up.
Oh, yeah.
So really recognizing that he just needs to distance himself from that Lesh. Jump.
For staff, keeping Immersion alive. And they commit onto that set of racks, manage to claim it into the breach, just unable to deal with these illusions.
I like that. Cookie on the zombie.
That's nice.
That's cute.
But you can see, as soon as Song of the Siren is back up again, it also causes problems. They have BKB, Song of the Siren, TP out. Like, what are you going to do against that?
With no BKB piercing disables. Supreme. Text.
Right on top of 33. Tries to do what damage he can. Force Staff keeping him right on top of him. BKB out. 33 pops his own BKB, and now Supreme has to back away again.
Oh, I didn't even see that 33 also bought the BKB too. Yeah.
Who have a blink ready, but into the breach, they're not going to be able to chase that one. 44 minutes. Again, these series, it's gone the distance in each of the games. This one, a little bit, actually more contentious and back and forth than the previous two games.
Yeah, I mean, Into the Breach is making it look a lot better, but it still is this immense uphill battle that even when they're winning any fights, or even when, not even winning fights, even when they're getting any type of kills, they're still trapped in their base and trapped on their side. They can never get outside, so still seeing, yeah, of course, that win probability. It's been 80+% since 80% since like the 20-minute mark. So the last 24 minutes, it's been a massively uphill battle, but a decent attempt there from Into the Breach so far.
Yeah. You can see Skitter next picking up that Aghanim Scepter, going to have it stuck inside. And ability to control through the BKB. 30,000 gold lead.
He's so farmed.
He is incredibly farmed.
He's actually still almost at, what's his GPM looking like? It's near 1,000, right? Yeah, 918.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Broken records on this hero before is Roche. It's back up. It's a refresher shard too. So for that Tide, or for the Zeus, kind of the dream.
Roche going to fall in just a couple of seconds here. And for Tundra, the question kind of becomes now, do they just keep spamming these illusions out, taking down buildings? It feels like a path to success. Or just take the fight, to be honest.
I think they force the issue. If you find Otaker, I think you just commit absolutely everything onto him, and that's probably the game because he doesn't have the buyback. So double Ravage, double everything, just throw literally every single spell onto the Spectre.
Oh, God, they almost went on him right there.
Just to be careful.
He just wanted to go in there and get one last hit. He's almost at Butterfly on the Spectre. Which, again, doesn't really solve the problems they're dealing with.
Does not solve that Bloodthorn problem. Unless he pops Manta right afterwards. He will have tons of evasion, but yeah, I think he'll just get burst by the Zeus, and all the control now is Supreme. Be careful how far he steps down. Finally finds their tier 4 item also in these last few moments. He found a Timeless Relic also on the Leshrac, so a bit more damage for him too.
Quarterstaff delivered, Butterfly done.
Okay.
And, you know, buyback status for all of Radiant is up.
And no buyback on the Spectre. The big one there for Into the Breach, of course.
Yeah, Supreme has his, but not for gold. As the Lotus is there, Cookie connects. Good stun, follow-up with the kisses, trying to do what they can onto Skitter. But he goes invis and gets out of harm's way. So kisses down.
And he'll regen right back up with that heart. Continue the push. All the lanes pushing in as well.
Incredibly hard to deal with this as they can just send in these illusions. And Supreme, they try to control onto him. The Hex is there, the Cookie to send him back and away, but they haunt out. Try and find 9. Otaker doesn't go for any more here.
Oh, that's the haunt used. Can't find much of anything. Can't even force the BKBs. Yeah. Tide and the Zeus still have theirs available.
Throwing the Shadow Step on a 9. And showing that, you know, there is still an issue taking down these Spectre illusions when they don't have Bloodthorn used on him. But Skitter steps up front and center. Starts hitting the tower. Cloud down. And they can do a couple little spams there. Good nice Manta dodge. Scotty.
There's the Ravage.
What they can, but the Ravage ready for the turn. Is it going to be enough to kill him off, though? Supreme, he gets the BKB, and now Control. Good damage. That's going to be Naga Siren dead. Do they have anything after? Now, 33 has another round of Ravage ready. With Supreme already using that BKB, could be a quick burn through for him. Going down the Split Earths.
Oh, that's nice. I was trying to see who's been dispelling. It's Kadaro. He has the Witchbane, dispelling off that Sleeping Dart onto Supreme.
Oh, very nice. You can See, death by 1,000 cuts.
Yep,
Skidder just moves on in and takes down the melee racks.
And look at bottom the whole time, too. There was an illusion cutting the wave and even putting the hurt onto that tower, too.
Yeah, so Taker just has to come down next. They find Snake King, pop the Manta, try and go for a quick old snipe onto the Rubik, but it's not going to happen.
Will he hit 1k GPM?
It's feeling like it.
It's very close. 955 continues to grow.
Overwhelming Blink could be an item choice here for Supreme.
Okay.
They need more gold, they need more time, and I don't think that Tundra are going to give it to them.
They need more damage. They need some way to just blow these targets up, but it's just, yeah, Skeeter always able to survive. They always have some type of bailout, it feels, for him.
Right. Yeah, even Abyssal Blade, like Rubik is going to be able to get the lift and run away.
Yeah. Lift, 4-staff, reset. Also 4-staff on Sox, as we've seen multiple times. So many ways to distance Skeeter is. Now, Arcane Blink on the Tide, so even harder for them to even try to pop those BKBs versus this quick cast Ravage. Hex.
They find him. And 4-staff, Tendrils, not quite going to connect there. But they haunt the back line, trying to find some people. Don't manage to get it. Supreme, he's going to get sleeping darted.
Oop, Lotused himself by accident. There you go. Okay. Yeah, they're Lotusing, dispelling off the net and everything like that, so they're doing a good job of at least protecting Supreme for now, but yeah, base continues to just get pressured slowly.
It just feels impossible. And, I mean, they have this BKB again back up on Supreme, but every time he leaves, even for a second, they just start taking damage onto this tower.
It's 10 seconds until double Ravage as well.
Ready to go. Silence onto Supreme.
Ooh, 10 seconds for double Ravage, and also a Tome coming out on the Courier for Tide.
Tendrils. Supreme does some damage to Skidder, but again, that Rubik lift and pull away. Cookie almost on the mark there.
Ooh.
The catapult, but can't quite connect.
They see a DD bottom, and here's the Tome delivery. So 33, that's almost his level 25 for that Ravage stun. So with Arcane Blink, I mean, that stun is pretty ridiculous. It's like 4+ seconds or something like that when he jumps on him. So he's got like 8. He's got more than 8 seconds of control if he hits it onto everybody, and if he can layer the Hex and blah, blah, blah. So.
Yeah, they're not moving. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's if he gets the connection, which it's so hard to dodge an Arcane Blink because of that cast point reduction.
We'll have the Lotus on him, most likely, for Supreme to help keep him alive. But Haunt, available, Sleeping Dart, Skidder, they find Immersion, tries to back out, BKB,
Skidder.
run away. Skidder really low, trying to get out of there, and he's not going to do it. He goes down. They managed to find a kill. 3,000 gold for Supreme and the boys.
Look at the split. 2,072 MO. Holy moly.
We're rich. We did it.
Look at the XP even. Holy. I mean, he is 50,000 net worth, so. They finally find him.
Oh my god. The bait out of Immersion, and they punish. They get Skidder. I mean,
beautifully done.
Yeah.
Now get the lanes pushed out, because once he respawns, it's going to be lane troubles again. So
right,
get them out as far as you can during this moment.
60 seconds of freedom.
They're doing such a good job when they are at this deficit. I have to give them a lot of credit.
Yeah, see how they did this yet again. That Supreme just found the right from behind.
He just gets caught by the stun and then almost dies immediately.
Tries to get out of there, but it wasn't enough. Big plays.
Yeah, big plays. And Skeeter being a little bit too greedy with his BKB, gets punished for it, and then pops BKB and dies anyway. So nicely done from Supreme. Gets that wraparound.
Yeah, I think that into the breach here, you know, playing against the TI champs, they've come up with a strategy in game number 1 to really throw Tundra off kilter. They came back, got a little bit stomped in game number 2. This game, it's been all Tundra, but you can see this into the breach team, they've got some sauce to them.
When they're at 30,000 gold lead behind, so it's really impressive how they're able to make these plays. Full Hex, how's the buyback status looking now for everybody? Almost everyone in the game has it at the ready. Smoke out, Tundra. They have Boots of Travel 2 on their Naga Siren, so Skidder can join the fray. And that Ravage, he is 25 now.
Do they realize where they're at? 33 steps up. He breaks his smoke, blinks forward. That is not where they were. Skidder moves on in, Cookie away, Kadaro, he's Hex, he's in trouble, but the 4-staff keeps him alive. We'll be able to maybe get that tombstone off even, but 33 brings him down. Otaker backs away.
Otaker in trouble.
He's getting real low. Skidder right on top of him, the Ravage, it connects again. Spectre going down, but will have buyback. Does he decide to use it now? Goes forward immediately. They bring down Undyne. Everybody's buying back, trying to fight back into this one. But the Sleeping Dart onto that Lesh is keeping him out of the fight.
And he's healing everybody up with the song. Resetting away from the buybacks.
Ready to chase this. They feel like they have to get something, but all of those buybacks expended, and they're going to get nothing.
Man, the Blind Ravage whiffs the first time, but the secondary one does the damage, catching onto those two. And they do isolate that Spectre and able to bring him down. So, yeah, 3 buybacks. Roche back up in about 90 seconds. Tundra find another opening.
Yeah. A long window here where Into the Breach are just going to have to sit back, think about what happened, and come up with another solution, because that one was not it.
No. They're just having such a hard problem sticking onto any of these heroes. Like, honestly, Snaking, he's being so annoying with his lift, with his resets. Same for Saksa, the way they're just able to distance their cores. They're pinging out Snaking constantly in these fights, and I don't know if Snake's gonna buy it this game, but he has a heart queued up on the Rubik. So anything to survive on this.
Doesn't even need the bracers right now. Just go for the big item.
Yep.
He does have 3,500 gold on him.
Yep. Roche, the next thing on the menu though, 50 seconds.
54 minutes in this game 3. And E-Blade completed now. We saw the Octarine core completed on the Riki, so Sleeping Dart on even lower cooldown. Incredibly annoying team to play against is this Tundra lineup. I
mean, the way they itemize, right, just to protect each other. Even small things like Boots of the Bearing, all these things pay merit to be able to reset and pull away these team fights to protect your cores. It's been an excellent job from the 2 supports who, together, the 2 supports are 0-12 on the side of Tundra, and they're still doing such a good job this game to protect the cores, so.
Well, Taker's had enough. He's going Nullifier.
Okay. Is he doing the disassemble? Okay, he didn't do it. I thought he was going to do the disassemble kind of play, but nope, still keeping Radiance and Nullifier to try to stick on these targets.
Yeah, Force Staff's no longer going to be useful. The E-Blades, the Ghost Scepters, nothing doing.
So they need to pause again, maybe another bathroom break or something after these crazy long games.
I mean, it's been insanity, just straight up insanity.
It's been overall domination this game by Tundra, but Into the Breach is really making them work for it, even though they're at this immense deficit. It's have to give them so much credit.
I mean, yeah, there's like sort of this fool's hope in the back of my head that I feel like Into the Breach can maybe, somehow eke out a win here. I mean, it would be insane, but to be honest, like, even once they get megas, it's not like they still have to win a fight, I feel like, Tundra do, against this lineup of Into the Breach.
Or they can just farm forever and get infinite scaling.
Yeah.
The problem is also they've had to use so many buybacks to keep this game at this point that you're really seeing the net worth reflect. Like, Broodmother is...
It's true.
Jibe is super weak in these fights. He kind of just is a protection for Spectre. He has no aggressive purpose.
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything at all. Trying to get into that Hex. There's some admins getting ready to lay the hammer down here in a second, I think. But yeah, a Hex on Brood would be a pretty big win for them. Again, the big problem is that you've got all these other items on the side of Tundra that just give them everything that they need. I mean, I think the biggest one to me is just how incredibly farmed this Tide Hunter is with the double... Well, ASC doesn't have double Ravage anymore, but Arcane Blink Ravage and then the tendrils.
Well, Roche is back up, so he will have double Ravage.
Okay,
so,
fair.
Yeah, and they've got a full Aghanims on that one, too, to be able to hand over to...
Rubik, maybe?
I mean... Well, whoever. Tide or Rubik. Probably. I mean, Snaking's... Give it a Snaking. I think he deserves it after his plays. You know, let the supports have something.
I mean, Riki does not want the eggs. That one's terrible.
Well, what do you mean? He can survive.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair.
It's really bad for support. Of course, it's horrible for support Riki. I'm totally joking, but...
I do like the cast range on it. It makes it really nice.
Yeah.
Suddenly can get inside and get out of there super easily.
So it looks like, yeah, a little bit of a bathroom. It has been long games.
True. True.
But yeah, for Tundra, name of the game continues. Just keep constricting, keep forcing Into the Breach into these bad fights, so they keep having to buy back to try to have any hopes, and yeah, keep crushing them.
Yep. I guess the only other thing that will change stuff potentially is the 60-minute mark.
Yeah. As long as Into the Breach can get out there.
Right.
Can they get out there to get an item? Are we going to hit that 60 minutes, too? Because this next Roche could just be where Tundra looks to force the issue, especially if they have to go to the bathroom and they're not allowed to, right?
That's true.
If they just have, they're like, we gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
could be something that makes them really push forward. Just totally joking around, but yeah.
I mean, so to me, I think the big one would be Pirate Hat. Dude, if Into the Breach get Pirate Hat,
And just dig.
just dig. Just digging.
We'll have to get to that point in 4.5 minutes.
Okay. We can go or not.
They're waiting for an answer to know if they can go to the bathroom, I believe.
Okay. Oh, I just realized that I think
are.
I have Skitter muted on my computer.
Do you really?
I think I do. My
Please
bad, y'all.
continue.
Why do I have it muted? Well, regardless. Oh, okay. We are ready. Need bathroom, can we? Or
I think he means death loss.
yeah.
But he's saying death loss. Activate, engage. Skeeter.
What is happening?
Move conversation. Yeah, okay. All right, so.
Okay. Well,
All right. Getting a little spicy.
we'll hear what's going on here. There's a little bit of talking. I do not understand, says Otaker. That's fair.
It's a painful one for Into the Breach, right? Just having to endure during all this, being trapped in there, knowing how much of a deficit that they're at, but still fighting back hard.
Yeah. It is one of those moments where, you know, I think that they rightly believe that they can still win this game. Also, just realize Snapfire hit level 20, so Little Shredder uses your attack damage. Not huge, obviously, for the support Snapfire, but, you know, you get maybe a little Maelstrom in there, a little transition to core action.
Listen to this optimism. I love it. Gabe, the forever optimist.
Dude, he gets level 25 to 3 times Little Shredder.
Oh, God. He has to get there first.
The dream. I actually kind of feel like the extra Kisses launch might even be better, but he's gone for the damage.
It almost always is when you're playing support.
Yeah.
Unless one of his teammates buys a rapier, and then we see
Let's go.
a Fishman AA triple rapier, but it's a snap. No, I mean, that's not going to happen. But still, with the hope is there.
The dream. Got some good old-fashioned spam coming out here. I think that's why I had him muted, if I'm going to be honest. He was spamming voice lines.
Okay, that could be the case.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give him that one.
That's fair. I mean, I definitely wasn't running into him in my pubs, if we're going to be real about it.
But still, you know, sometimes it needs to be done.
True enough. Waiting to hear what is going on, but the big thing for anybody out there that's just joining, this is Tundra Into the Breach game number 3. We came on in the first game, and Into the Breach had an incredibly fast lineup built around a Nature's Prophet. We're able to come out to a hot lead out of the laning stage and then completely snowball for the victory. Game 2, Into the Breach, got sort of brought back down to earth by Tundra with an incredibly restrictive, dominating draft. And in this game, it's kind of just been the Skitter show on his Naga Siren. But Into the Breach been playing very valiantly, trying to hold off against this constant spam of the Naga Siren illusions.
Yeah, and this constant, immense net worth lead. Like it really is just been such a commanding lead for Tundra for 20-something minutes or so. But Into the Breach, making them work.
Yeah. And, you know, you have these other things that, you know, can maybe start to come into play here. The Tombstone on Death for the Undying, so he has double Tombstone in these fights. Might even want to die, to be honest with you.
Probably.
Depending on how things are going.
Fights are going to be mostly dictated on somehow if they're able to jump. Alrighty. All right, well, you know, the game's going to get underway at the very least.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, alrighty.
Interesting.
Go. Into the Breach. I love how eager these guys are just to play the game as, Roche, it's next on the menu. It's going to drop incredibly quick.
You know, I love Dota.
I do too. I mean,
we have some colorful characters in this game of ours.
Ain't that the truth? Gross talent now being picked up. Skeeter, you know, he's very farmed, but he hasn't hit 25 until just a few moments ago. So even more mirror images being pushed out to those lanes. And Roche, that's the big one.
Pops the Thunder God's Wrath for 9.
Just to get vision. Aegis for Skeeter. Refresher going to be likely for 33. And does he take the Ags too? He will. So 33 now. Pumped up in the net worth as well. Number 2.
All the way up there. And, well, I want to see if they decide to just... I mean, that's another thing that's going to be super annoying to deal with is like a Gush spam into Naga Siren Illusions, Riptide spam. It's like the water monster death squad.
Yeah, your supports just get hit by a Gush and die because of an illusion or something like that. It's 53,000 gold lead. And Skeeter, did he hit the 1k GPM?
Oh, they got him. They got the Hex.
He got the Hex, and Skeeter has also hit 1,000 GPM, by the way. So.
Wait, it wasn't the Hex. It was the Wind Waker.
Oh, it was Wind Waker, yeah. Well, he didn't get the whole thing, just the Mystic Staff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're hunting for it constantly. Shrinking the map. Here come the illusions.
And Supreme, after the slowdown, is going to be slept for Staffed away. 3 minutes away from that next set of neutral items. Can Tundra close this one out in time?
There it is.
Jumps in, BKB control, and in trouble. Going to go down. Does have buyback, though. That was double Ravage used.
He still has the second one. That was
excuse me.
Tendrils. Yeah.
Just the Tundrils.
Oh, Tundrils. I like that.
Yeah,
the Tundra Tendrils.
It's a Tundral damage as Nibe
Rats.
wanted to chase there. They have to buy back onto Supreme. And another stun. They know how to take down Supreme again. Starting to throw out the kisses. Skitter forced to back away.
But the racks soon to drop. And that's going to be Megas Day coming right afterwards.
And Taker sends his illusions out to hunt after him. And Megas claimed. Now the second round of battles begin as Snaking finishes off his heart.
He got the heart.
He knows that he will not be brought down easily with 3,000 HP on the Rubik. The Hex. Control now onto the Undying. Tier 4 towers being brought down. And they're hoping, praying for some way to keep the rest of Tundra off their base.
They're just getting poked to death.
They literally are getting poked to death.
There's the net. The reel in.
Control, reeling him in. Get on in her.
Supreme.
Oh, finds one. But this is a very tanky Rubik. The Rubik card, it's not going to be enough.
Uh-oh, Supreme.
Yeah, he's in trouble now. No more BKB, the cookie to force him back. They have the tombstone down. 33 beats away at that one for a moment. They try and take down now this Nimbus. It's going to fall. Stun connects. Still fine. Lash jumps in, doesn't have BKB. The silence, the Hex, the Gush control. And the steady beatdown of these buildings. Supreme wants to throw out another split earth here, but the silence, everything so impossible to deal with as we're closing in on a 60k gold lead.
And here come the mega creeps.
For
They've arrived.
Tundra.
They've made it to the base.
They want to hunt, they want to kill, the sleep, well, everything dropped down. Supreme, Otaker finding one. They're still trying to kill Snakey.
They can't.
They want to bring him down desperately. 9 also hit now by these kisses. Supreme on top of the Ricky and now on top of Skitter, but Skitter ripping him to shreds. No Bloodstone's going to be able to keep him alive. The dieback has occurred. Into the Breach are going to lose this game as Tundra try and close it out. Nowhere left to go. Dead for 2 minutes. GG is going to be called. And a celebratory Ravage from Tundra as they end this impossibly long game.
An advantage of this game that they've had for 30-something minutes, but into the Breach, got to give them props. It really made them work for it. Did feel pretty damn impossible this entire game.